Rev up your engines! Barack, and he says, hey, Scotty, I'm getting a divorce. We have two cars, a Nissan Rogue Sport and Honda CR-V. Which of the two should I keep? Thanks. Well, you're getting divorced, so I'm assuming you don't like your wife. So definitely Honda CR-V and give her the Nissan Rogue Sport. Nissan Rogues don't hold up. I've seen CR-Vs with 500,000 miles, and they're still running strong. It's a much better vehicle. I wouldn't even care if the CR-V had twice the mileage that the Rogue have. I would still take the CR-V. Now, let's hope your next choice is better than your first choice in marriage, but half of your car choices were good. So go for a Honda woman. Just like get rid of the Nissan woman and get a Honda woman. If you want something that's going to last a long time and be low maintenance. Mark Martinez says, Scotty, I have a 99 Land Rover Discovery, 110,000 miles. No problem. Should I keep it? Well, if you've had no problems, you got 100,000 miles on a Land Rover, you're the luckiest man on the planet. So, my advice is, get all your money, go to Vegas, put it all on black on a roulette wheel and double your money. You know? That's what I do if I were you. You're lucky. Those are one of the biggest, junkiest vehicles ever made. They fall apart in front of your very eyes. Maybe you got the only good one that they ever made. I do have to say, if you buy the diesel version, the diesels do last a lot longer. I'll say that. But the gasoline models are known as being one of the highest maintenance cars ever made. Low resale value, extremely high maintenance, and repair costs. So, I mean, if you didn't have any problems with it, you're going to have problems, I can tell you that. Now, the market is insane. If you can get good money selling it, get rid of it now. Get something else like a Toyota that lasts longer. You never know. Prices are starting to drop, so if you can get rid of that thing now and get good money for it, do it before it falls apart. Jose Soto says, Scotty, Toyota switching the new Highlanders to a 2.4-liter four-cylinder turbo. Should I hurry up and get a 2022 V6 Highlander? I would if I were you. Toyota makes good cars, but you go to a smaller engine, a four-cylinder with less liters, and put a turbo on it. You're going to get more power, yes, but they're not going to last as long. If you're the type of person that's a cheapskate like me, you're going to keep it 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 miles, 10, 20 years, whatever. Get the V6. Don't get a four-cylinder turbo because they will not last as long. It's just a fact. Even the manufacturers, if you look at their data, they'll admit, well, the turbochargers and the turbocharged engines will last this long, and the non-turbo ones will last generally at least twice as long before they break. Even with Toyota. Foogie said, Scotty, I got an 09 Nissan Altima. It's a battery light and a brake light flashing now and then. What's it telling me? You probably need an alternator. Nissans have weird software. So when the alternator goes on, a lot of times it'll flash the alternator light, the charging light, and the brake light at the same time. It's just some kind of glitch that those things have, and they've always been that way. So what you want to do is go to any honest auto parts store or a guy like me, a good mechanic, and have them test your battery and alternator. And odds are they'll say, well, your alternator's starting to go out. It can still last for a while because if it's not putting out 100%, it can still go. And when it starts to get too low, the light will come on, but then it'll go off again. You need to do an alternator. Get it tested. The battery and the brake light come on just because it's weird software on those things. And they've always been that way for decades. A lot of Toyotas will do it too. The charge light and the battery light will come on at the same time, and it's usually the alternator. Watch out, the Vietnamese are coming. They just delivered the first VinFast electric cars to the United States. It's a VF8 EV. They're competing with Tesla. Now, granted, they only delivered 999. Why not 1,000? Well, they like 999. I guess maybe it's a magical number, right? They're on their way. They've left Vietnam and they're headed to the United States, to California. And they say it takes about 20 days by ship. Now, they started 40,700. They're competing against Tesla. They're not cheap ones. They're not extremely high-priced ones either. But here's the kicker. You don't get a battery. The battery isn't part of the price. The battery you have to lease. Now, the batteries you have to pay $169 a month. So, if you do the math, that's a little over $2,000 a year. So, in 10 years, that'd be $20,000. They're kind of hiding the figures by saying, oh, well, here's the price of the car. Doesn't include the battery. So it's like when you're a kid, Christmas comes, right? You open up the package, you're all excited, and it says, battery's not included, and you don't have the batteries. Then your father's got to go run, try to find a drugstore that was open because the stores weren't open on Christmas in my day. Now they are, I suppose, but... They say it's, oh, you don't have to worry about the battery wearing out because you don't own it. If you keep the car 10 years, it costs you 20 grand. And that's for the small battery. They have larger ones that cost more, right? There's 20 grand. Well, to me, I think I'd rather buy it with a battery in it than spend 20 grand over 10 years. Hey, they say the things are going to last 10 years anyways, or more, right? Be leasing the stupid thing and automatically pay 20 grand after 10 years. You know, as it stands, electric cars, they haven't settled anything. How long the batteries are going to last, what type of batteries they're going to use. It's kind of sneaky, not including the battery with the car. It's kind of like, here's your new gasoline engine car. car, but you know, you don't get the engine. You got to lease the engine. Americans really don't go for that stuff. You add another $169 a month, most people aren't going to like that. Well, here's an email from one of your viewers, Alan, who got ripped off in California, and he's telling you not to go to a certain dealership that ripped him off. Dear Scotty, just a flyby for your fans. Bought a front axle for a 2006 RAV4. UPS delivered it with a hole in the box with no axle inside. Guy was holding it horizontally, so he couldn't be holding it that way if it was full. The box was empty. I have a video of how it was empty. UPS claim was denied, and there was no help from Hammer Toyota, who I bought it from. My vehicle's been sitting on a jack for 2 weeks. I actually tagged a photo on their Instagram of Hammer Toyota, but they just don't care. They deliver something to them, there's a hole in the box and it's gone. UPS is saying it came with a hole in it, I guess. And the dealer's not owning up to give them another one. Package doesn't make it to your clientele, give them another one, you cheapskates. Don't say we don't have anything to do with it. So I'm calling out Hammer Toyota in Riverside, California. Give the guy another X, or just even better still. He got ripped off. Give him his money back. Package had a hole in it. Nothing was in it. Do the right thing. Don't be sleazy over $394 part and shipping, right? You shipped it to them. He paid you. It's your ability to get the part and deliver it to him. It's not his fault that it came empty. It's yours. Maybe you're going to sue UPS. I don't know. But you should at least give the guy's money back or give him the axle. It's kind of stupid. These people are so unbusinesslike. They should say, I'm so sorry. I'll send you another one. That's what they would have done in my day. But now it's like, too bad. It's not our fault. Go to UPS. Bleh. And UPS says, bleh. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, I can't believe, personally, that it goes on, that people are so unbusinesslike that they won't even get it for the guy after he paid for it in good faith, and you shipped it, and if there's a hole in the box, obviously you didn't put it in the box very well, right? You should put little cardboard ends on it so it didn't punch a hole in the end, because the axles have the pointy ends that snap in, right? Well, that'll make a hole. The ones I always sent away for, hey, they came in boxes that had nice hard ends on them, so they wouldn't come out the ends. You shipped it wrong. So, hey, give the guy his money back. If not, anyways, it makes a great story to tell people how sleazy dealerships can be these days. Well, here's a story of a guy who went to a Honda dealer. You can't believe that it happened, but it actually did. Michael Sandoval goes to the Honda dealer thinking about buying a Honda with his wife, and they're eating a little piece of pizza. Guy who's looking at him comes up and knocks on the window and says, sir, are you coming in to look at cars? He says, yeah, after I eat the pizza. Salesman walked away and went inside the dealership without saying much. So then I went inside. I made my way towards the Honda course, and the same salesperson came and said, finally, you are here. He asked if I was looking for something specific. I told him I was browsing around, and he said he would get in trouble if we just browsed around. I told him we didn't want to get into trouble, so he would just leave. Without care or second thought, he simply stated okay and went away. And he says, no, I like Hondas. We got a 2002 Honda. We want to upgrade it. Needless to say, buying a new Honda will not be having that Valley High Honda as a result of today's interaction with the salesperson. Train your salespeople a little bit better. You don't insult people. Finally, you're here. Huh? What do you want to buy? I don't know. We don't like you browsing around here. You know, it doesn't look good. What kind of nonsense is that? Biggest thing a dealership wants is a bunch of people in there browsing around. It makes it look like they're busy. Then they can say, oh, you know, that one you're looking at, guy over there, he's thinking about buying it too, so you better hurry up, you know. The more the merrier. Just like you go into a restaurant, right? And the restaurant isn't very full. Where are they going to put you? They're going to put you in the front by the window so people look in, they see people at the window. Maybe the rest is empty in the back, but at least you see people and you think, okay, there's people in there. They don't even train their salespeople anymore. They used to train them, at least. Now I guess they don't even train them. It's like, hey, grab anybody off the street and stick them in. They're trying to sell you something that's $40-something thousand. They don't even know how to do it, right? And they insult the people and say, hurry up, will you? I'm busy here. I got to get lunch. The tales go on. Keep them coming. I love sharing them with the world, and it gives us all a great laugh at how screwed up things are today in our society. Mick McGrath says, Scotty, I have a possessed 05 Matrix. Can you help me fix it? Nobody's been able to yet. Tell you what, I just found out, I thought I was leaving Rhode Island after Thanksgiving, but we're leaving the week after Thanksgiving, the first week of December, so I'll be here another week. So if you're near Providence, Rhode Island, contact me, ScottyKilmer@gmail.com. Set up time, I'll check it out, right? I'll be back in Clarksville then in December, January, February, March. If you're there, then we can set up a time to look at it then. I know those things inside out, so yeah, I can tell you what's wrong, probably fix it right away, or if it was something wacky like your transmission starting to go out, it costs a lot of money to fix those. Sometimes you don't want to spend that kind of money. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.